I was here the whole time. That's way too loud. I apologize. Also, that's a bald-faced lie. I was not here the whole time. Everything's all messed up. Oh, look, Tanner's here. Hi, Tanner. How's it going? The other microphone sucked, which I'm sure you all noticed. It was really nice, you know, not having to do this. But I'm going to raise this up, which is going to be uglier, but it's going to make my life better. And really, at the end of the day, isn't that all that matters? Oh, that's too quiet. Technology's so hard. Death Racer's finally off. How's it going? Tracy's here and he misses his car. I was literally just looking at your aftermarket gauges, trying to figure out all the stupid stuff I have to do to make that work. And it is stupid. The time change does suck. I agree. Yes, it's daylight savings time. Which is why it's still light out. It's not right. There's actual, like, natural light hitting my face. Kind of weird. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. The show where I don't actually know what we do. Oh, nice. Yep. Telefunken U47 with leather. Sure. Just like that. Brocklo's here. I'm alright, how are you? Cart 70's here. Mostly Mopar's here. I thought the war was over. No, it's not. Wait, what's not what? Stupid? No, the wiring I have to do is stupid. Squirrelitis is in the house. Old Iron course, we already knew that. Dan Orcutt. Dart Week, now with fewer teeth. Yeah, Dart Week's going to be 2 weeks for sure. We'll get the volume right on this eventually. Oh, I think hold on a second. No, we're good. Are we good? I think we're good. Messed up all the settings last week for the stupid other mic situation. Don't worry about it. I have been on the Discord way more. I'm writing a book. I'm like, I want to say halfway through chapter 1. Let's see. See how many words we got. What do we got? Where did it, what? I'm going to set you on fire. Word count. There we go. 1,500 words. It's not quite halfway, actually. But anyway, we're getting places. But the point is, I've been sitting at the computer more, and because I love procrastinating so much, you know. I look at Discord. Death Racer. Can hear you clear. All right, good deal. Todd Denio's here from balmy Minnesota. How's it going? Skid E is in Tigard. I used to live in Oregon City in 2010. For a brief time. My sister's here. Rooster is apparently here, although I didn't see his comment. Oh, there he is. Live from the shop tonight to keep the kids in line. McLovin is at a friend's for dinner, and so we probably will not see him. But anyway, yeah, looks like all the other mods are in the house, so that's the good news. Mid-South Lowballer is confused about what time it is, but he did make it. Nice. Setting a new personal record for tardiness? Oh, no. No way. I've been way tardier than that. But anyway, Chris Greenhill is here. Mad Marauder lives in Tualatin. Nice. I used to live in Oregon City. And I worked at the Oregon City Home Depot right off of 213. I was a temp, and I left, and I went home because I missed home, I guess. But they wanted to keep me. That was nice. It's nice to be appreciated or whatever. Anyway, TCB Quick is here. Had to hit the central AC today in Clearwater, Florida. That ain't right. Speeding in March. John Smith, book needs a pop-up charger to show wire weaving. I like that. There are some new faces in here tonight, so thanks for joining us, everybody. Twalaton, that was the name of a version of the Pentium 3 CPU. Was it? Is that a joke? Or is that legit? Because I don't... That was legit. 1.4 gigahertz. Wow. That was the max. That's amazing. 8530. Wow. When I started building computers, it was all about the Intel i386, or at least that's what I could get my hands on. It was quite old by then. But remained in use till 2007. Wow. Anyway. Knife Switch saw an AMC Marlin today in Minnesota. Wow. That's cool. IDMDIDJDJD. Apparently eating the Windows XP desktop background. Strongly considering a 66 Polara. Anything to look out for. 383 727 4-door. I mean, there's lots of things to look out for. Blowed up engine, blowed up transmission, electrical system that's been on fire, rust. Excuse me. Rust. Yeah, I mean, the normal things, you know, I don't know anything specifically to that body style. Wow. Death Racer has an i486 DX2 just chilling and a first-gen Pentium. Nice. Yeah, Intel i386. That's before the Pentium. Jamie, have you been to Tacoma, Washington? Yes. Many times. I've smelled Tacoma, Washington. Stuart Cody is here. Dead Cougar Garage is here. Everything blowed up. I almost said, it's all about the Pentiums, baby. But then I thought better of it. But then Squirrelitis did it for us. Rad. I got rid of all the old computers forever ago. That's right. The aroma of Tacoma. Didn't that dart just look glorious doing the gravel road ballet? Thing was beautiful. Beautiful. Robobert's entire exposure to the great state of Washington has been the SeaTac Airport. Oh. I'm sorry. Indeed, the aroma of Tacoma is not as bad as it was, but it was. Latus is here. Byron's here for once. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with notifications and not being a thing. Mopar Brunkster in the house. What's up? B. Pryor also here. Remember when everybody's names were their names and now they're their handles and I don't necessarily know who everyone is anymore? That was good times. SeaTac is like the worst part of the state. Well, David's here. Lovejoy is here. He's been a member for 17 months. I didn't even realize we'd had memberships that long. I'm going to have to add more Fratzog colors. Anyway, Lovejoy says, good evening. Start my new position on the 23rd. Nice. Congrats. She says, it's okay. We know who we are. Nodak Speed Shop in the house. Also a member. 70 degrees in Nodak today. Wow. Make our usernames our real names and dox ourselves. Some people's names are their real names. Like Andrew Button. I'm pretty sure that's his real name. Jeffrey Nunez also here. And a member. How's it going? There's a cat at the door. Cat! Granddad's Junk in the house. How's it going? Byron just became a member. Didn't you already do that once? Oh no, you gave out gift once. Yeah. Vivian's here. Once I was seeing Tad play at the Capitol Theater in Olympia. Guy goes, last night I was making out with my girlfriend. She said, I'm not reading that, but I took her to Tacoma. Nice. Yeah, you're green now. He wanted, congratulations. No, it's knee. No. It's 80 in Lake Havasu. Wow. Will C's name is a play on his real name. I think I knew that. Tell that cat I said, ow. No one wants to go to Bakersfield. We went to Hot Springs, very near to Bakersfield. It was pretty cool. Nolan says that Dart from today's video needs some all-terrains. Dude, I almost loaned him the mud tires off the Treon, but that didn't happen. Jamie, what was the crossover outside your house? There's no crossover outside my house. We have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but that's an actual SUV. Crossover. B-Bro broke 2 of the 7 1/4 rears in my Dart. Lots of people have, but I have abused the hell out of 7 1/4s, and I've never broken one. Look at the kitty! Rooster was the first channel member. 18 months. Wow. I need a new frat dog. Get on that. 18 months old. I feel I'm a kid at heart. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing, Byron. And there is already a Gambler 4-door Dart. It's a 66, I think, but still. That car is like, it's not like it's a Mint 1 owner or anything, but it's pretty decent, so bouncing it off of trees does seem like a mistake. At some point, I have been dreaming of the perfect off-road A-body or even a late B-body for years, and we will do that. We just have to find the right car. Like, it's got to be the right car. Ring gear bolts backed out. We had that happen on a 8 1/4 once. AMC guy broke an AMC Model 20. Huh. I thought those were pretty tough axles. Andrew Button tried to break his 7 1/4 with a tired slant 6. It just bogged when dumping the clutch. Look at the cats. So many cats. When did this become a cat channel? I don't know. But it did, I guess. We'll see. Loved the quad door Dart. Dude, it just looked glorious. I loved it. Yeah, it needs to be more rust than not rust to be a Gambler car. Exactly. I agree. Plymouth on Plywood. Axle question. Dutchman lists 8 3/4 shafts at 27 11/16 and big brake conversion at 28. I'm planning on rear discs on the Valiant. What do I need? I think you need to ask Dr. Diff that question because yes, the extension is different for the big bolt pattern. I think for most disc brake kits, you probably need the long one. I'm pretty sure you need the long one. But ask Dr. Diff. He would know. That's a Dr. Diff question for sure. Dan Arquette says your whole team is awesome and a lot of fun to watch. I predict more off-roading videos soon. Yes, thank you very much, and I hope so. We never got snow this year. The whole plan was to do a snow run in Tin Grills, and never happened. Yeah, the Rally Valiant is glorious. So cool. Imagine that, the D600 towing a Gambler 500 A or B body. It sure would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Or the ramp truck. B-Bro was almost horrified when he saw Byron beating on that Dart. Why? I mean, again, like, it's a decent car. We're not going to be sliding it into any trees or anything. But, like, it's not that nice. It's the perfect car for what we were doing. He already washed it. It looks beautiful. It's fine. And if that axle had exploded after we welded it back together, well, that would have made a great video. And we already have the good one. So like, it doesn't matter. I thought that was awesome and the perfect use for that car. That Robert Fitch posted a cat picture. That's a really long cat. Sunday is for Jamie and cats, says Squirrel-Eyed. It's nice. Jeff Hutchins is late, was on the phone with my oldest son. Shop house he just bought has a rogue chicken problem. He was asking for solutions. Yeah. Isn't this the Cat and Guitar channel? Pretty much. Mark Bass prefers Cummins over Cat. Nice. Yeah, exactly, Hot Shoe. 7 1/4 can do great burnouts. It's when they get traction that the fun begins. Yes, I've explained that to people. I explained that to Byron like 2 days before he broke that axle. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking the last Huckleberry. 8% alcohol. Robobert, was nice to see the ramp truck get put to use. Also, the reason the 12 valve is so great. One crank and it's going. Yeah, it's amazing. They are just the greatest. Death Racer, odd question. How did pulling a capacitor clean off the motherboard make my Dakota run? I cannot answer that question. Dan Tepper has one last 7 1/4. Hope it goes a few more miles before I change it out. Just a 273 ahead of it. Multiple people today told me that they broke 7 1/4 with a 273 back in the day. And Plymouth on Plywood just posted an epic, I assume, rally video of a 66 Valiant. It is getting air in the thumbnail picture. That's over on the Discord. Beautiful thing. Yes, Brockla, I'm familiar with Ford Pintos exploding when rear-ended or whatever. I know it's two cats. It was a joke. It's a great photo. If you're going to do something stupid, make sure you record it. Exactly. Yeah. B. Pryor. Byron's Dart is great how it is. Drive it the way you want to. Oh, yeah. He's going to. But he also plans to, like, daily drive that car. Dead Cougar Garage mentioned the movie Duel. The car in Duel is a Valiant, not a Dart. Close. Rob Fitch just posted up a picture of his W100 with some new wheels and tires. That looks minty. You better get to buffing that unit. That's a sweet truck. Sweet truck. I got to get my black one back on the road. There's been a bit of a paperwork issue because the gentleman was getting a divorce. I'm supposed to actually have that soon. And then I will be a lot more excited about putting more work into it. But anyway, Duel is the reason I spray painted a 1972 Valiant red in 2008. Yes, Byron said, I took the Dart out today because the roads were dry, recorded getting into the car, specifically because I'm still thinking I'm going to break it again. Yeah, that was when it was wet and we were on gravel, like, there's not a lot of danger of hooking up and actually breaking stuff. So we've had a couple semi-dry days, actually, since we filmed that, and he intentionally took the car out and tested it, and it's still holding up. Whoa. I don't know what 5-speed that is, Tanner, but it looks like the A535, or is it 545? I don't remember. Anyway. Dust Devil just posted up pictures of his tunnel ram. Dual Demons. Street Demons. I hate those carburetors. I mean, if it works, great, but hate them. The black finned MSD box. Oh, yeah, buddy. That's what I got. Purple plug wires. Man, yeah, that's pretty glorious. And velocity stacks. Wow. Will C has been on a roll this week. Last week, picked up 3 A-body 8 3/4 rears. No idea where they're all coming from. I don't know either, but I need another one because Byron got mine for the turbo car. Not that the turbo car even needs the extra strength. It doesn't have enough power to break a 7 1/4. But I want to be able to change the gear ratio for testing. Nice. Jay Curry, One-Eyed Wanderer is here. Spent the morning watching the recent Tin Grill videos. Inspired me to work on my 78 Power Wagon W150. Hell yeah. Do that. Love those trucks so much. This was like an only Tin Grill channel. Only tins? Hold on, I got to write that down. You've heard of only diesels. Now get ready for only tins. Only tins. Proud of that. I'm trademarking that. Anyway. You know what else starts first crank? Asks Old Iron. A4 Perkins, vastly superior to the P4. I've heard it's vastly superior. Robobert says my 7.3 Power Stroke takes an eternity to start. Yeah, that's what they do. Like, even when the glow plugs work, they start like garbage. If the glow plugs are dead in 70-degree weather, they still start like garbage. God. Yes, the Discord is free, 100%. Scoops here. Only tins. Yeah, proud of that. Proud of that. The Discord is free. There is a members only channel, which actually is why I created the DDG Discord, so people could get a hold of me there. If you have a membership, fancy or a gold, then you get access to the members only channel, which is cool. I'm on the regular Discord all the time, but members only sends notifications to my phone, so you can get a hold of me quick. Nice little perk. But anyway, the rest of it is all open to anybody. So we even have people in there that don't watch my videos, which is weird. What was I talking about? Yeah, it's the DDG hotline. There you go. Did Tony get off early tonight? Scoop's here. Josh Homan's here. Tony must have gotten off early. Well, I guess so. I'll be damned. Anyway, welcome everybody. Alan Campbell says, who has also been a member for 18 months. That's as long as Rooster's been a member. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. Great diff repair. Maybe a YouTube first. You think? Oh, it's got to have been. There's no way. People have done it. There's no way. Yeah, Jeff Hutchins. Ford IDIs will not start, period, with no glow plugs, block heater, or starting fluid. Yeah, and the Power Stroke is not much better. Tony's mic died. Okay. Had to shut her down. Had to lay her down. Gotcha. It's funny, the mic I was using last week is the same mic Tony uses. Sid Ryder, you're my plan B. That's okay. I accept my position. Yes, Peg welds up diffs all the time. Someone pointed that out in the comments. I wish I could gift people memberships, but I can't. It's weird. They don't give you that option as a creator. Like, whatever. Mark Cornett, guys, in the house. How's it going, Mark? Just got back from dinner in the Dart. Nice. Still no heat, but nice evening. He sent me a picture of the rear end in his car a bit ago, earlier today. It is a Dana. I think it's a Dana 44, which is weird. Anyway, we're going to be putting an 8 3/4 in that, and an engine, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Altered Carbons, you need to make an alt account to gift. No. You can gift memberships randomly. You cannot gift them to specific users. And it just seems like something you should be able to do as a creator, but what do I know? James Frank is here and says, hi, fun vid today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Scoop sent 1 gift membership and Altered Carbons got it, which is hilarious because he's the one that commented about You need to make an alt account. Nice. Thanks, Scoop. What a guy. Yes. The new Cummins has glow plugs. I heard that. Cop Car Steve in the house. How's it going? Don't know what the weather's like in Aberdeen, but in Langley, British Columbia, she was a beautiful day. It was quite nice here today. What the hell is this? Old Iron just posted up pictures of like 10 trucks. Wow. That's a 61 Power Wagon. You know how I could tell it's a 61 Power Wagon? Because it is. That's too Derek to say. Because it has the 1 year only grill. The tin grill. 1 year only 1961 tin grill. I would love to have a 61 Power Wagon. Almost bought a 61 W300 once with a flathead 6. They were still using those in 61. And it had a PTO winch. It was super, super cool, but it had no title. And excuse me. There's another Power Wagon with the... Oh, diesel. Whoa. I need that. Of course, the diesel's gone. And it's a rusty pile of garbage. But that's cool. And if you're on the Discord, you can see the pictures I'm looking at. My voice did a weird thing there. Any hoozle. Amateur watchmaking. What happened? I don't know. Andrea's here. How's it going? Good evening. Is anyone else seeing Frozen? What, like the movie? No cats in the studio. Classic Dude Mike wants to know what's up with the Detroit diesel. Been waiting for a couple of nice days to go to the junkyard and pull it out. Stuart Cody, I just put up a link, but I will post it again. There is the link to the Discord. Feel free to join us there. I don't know what I did that was brilliant, but something, I guess. Avon's here. Greetings from my balcony. Can't wait to have furniture for it. Nice. Jeff's, I assure you, Dead Cougar Garage, Jeff is here. All the Jeffs are here. Jeffrey Voth is here. There you go. Byron gifted 5 memberships. What a guy. And still my mother did not get one. Super Chat does go directly to our hero, yes, and thank you for that. You should know that YouTube does take a cut for the privilege. Andrew Button says no tin grill should be scrapped. Well, no tin grill should be scrapped without salvaging every worthwhile piece. Speaking of super chats, 21 Arclight has sent me $5 and says, hold on, hang on. Oh, stop it. Howdy from Georgia. Howdy, and thank you. That guitar looks kind of like my guitar. Kind of. Speaking of which, I bought more gear this week. I have a problem. That is a Music Man RD50, and it is my new favorite thing of ever. And that's a little tiny Sears amp that's currently taken apart, but don't worry about that. Yeah, PayPal does take a good bit of... they take their pound of flesh. But anyway, Jeff Hutchins, you don't want to bring that garbage truck home? Did I post about that garbage truck? I don't think so. It was really bad. Mark Pass, so you're pulling the transmission with the Detroit. No, I think that's too heavy, and we don't want that, Allison, anyway. Although, I don't have a stick transmission yet, and it would be really, really... We could have the thing running with the Detroit pretty quick if we did take the whole thing. Wow. Stage Zero Jason just became a member. That's crazy. Thanks, Jason. Is the Detroit in Detroit? No. We had a period of 2 nice days, not this last week, because this last week was Dart Week, but last week there was a period where we could have gone to the junkyard to get it, but we were focused on Tom's stupid truck, and we were trying to get it running, which we did accomplish. So really just had to knuckle down and keep chipping away at that thing. I mean, I spent an entire day building the exhaust system, an entire day building cross members and stuff. I have so much time into that truck. But anyway, Stuart Cody, where can you post pictures at? Yes, the Discord. That comment came before the... How do I get to the Discord? There you go. Ooh, Dart. Where the... They did the logo delete. Oh, it was 71, though. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. 72. That is a 1972 Dodge Dart Swinger. And it's very green, and it has cop wheels with rally caps. That's interesting. I didn't even know you could do that. It's got aftermarket bucket seats. Did I mention it's green? Sweet. There's a picture of Rob with a Dodge van and a cat. Nice. As was the style at the time. As was the style at the time. Good times. Oh. I did not. But I like it. 48 Dodge Power Wagon. Mark just sent me a picture. 48 Dodge Power Wagon sold on Bring a Trailer today for only $62,000, which is low for one of those things. It's a nice truck. It's red. That's the original 48 bed. It's a winch model. It's got locking hubs, which is interesting. But I think... Looks like it's all stock. Looks like a nice truck. That seems kind of low for one of those in that kind of shape. Interesting. Wonder what was wrong with it. Yes, that is my logo. Indeed, my logo right here is a 1948 Dodge Power Wagon. And not only that, it's actually my 1948 Dodge Power Wagon, which of course I have since sold. I like those trucks. I'll have another one someday. They're horrible to drive. Absolutely horrible to drive, but fantastic utilitarian, unkillable trucks. Yeah, no dry days here in the Pacific Northwest for a while yet. This weekend has been surprisingly nice. Would you like to see what the forecast looks like for the next week and a half? Isn't that great? More than a little wet. Ugh. Yeah, backbreakers. Yeah. The M37, very similar truck, but they're a 3/4 ton suspension. They're not farm truck spec like the 1 ton civilian military style Power Wagon. The M37 rides a lot better than the Power Wagon does, but it doesn't look as cool. Cop Car Steve, every time I see the pinky up in the air, does that mean I take a drink? No, if you see me take a drink without my pinky up, then you have to drink. There are so many rules to the Dead Dodge Garage drinking game. We'll never, ever be able to quote them all. But anyway, I don't know what that was. In Hoozle. Bear Rose Garage says, I need to do something with my 56 Dodge Town Wagon, but I need to source a pair of affordable rear doors. Good luck. Classic Dude Mike, does the Detroit have a blower hanging off the side of it? Of course. All of them are 2-strokes. And require a blower to aspirate. But only the good ones have turbos, and the one that I am getting is a 453T. Silver Series 453T. So yeah, anyway, Latus asked about D600 progress. We have not done anything. We need to pull the Detroit engine. Byron and I drove 2 hours each way yesterday to buy a cab-over semi that was going to be a transmission and other part donor for the D600, and that turned out to not be a thing. So I got some footage. It's not a whole video. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. But anyway, we have not sorted out the ooh, now that I like. Gold Duster, a green Gold Duster. Nice. Mopars and kitties. Just a bunch of Mopars and guitars and other stuff I can't buy. And cats. Anyway, excuse me. 21 Arclight says it's a 95 Seagull 12-string. Ah, nice. I guess it's not that similar to mine. Jebediah Curry just posted up a beautiful 78 D150 W150, excuse me. Step-side power wagon. God, that's gorgeous. It's so yellow. Stock wheels, resprayed white, oversized tires, grandpa steps, license plate, repairing the common lower fender rust. No cab tank. Yep, 78. Is this a 78 or is this a 79 with a 78 grill? Because that logo is not 78. And that looks like the tall cowl. I don't know anything about Dodge trucks. Oh, I love that one. Old Iron posted up his fine machine. Todd Denial has two 6V71 Detroits. That's awesome. I have a 453T. Sergio VW wants to know when you're going to own a Plymouth Cricket. I don't know. It's got a tin grill. Shut up. I like those Jeeps. You know that. Simplified Dodge Garage drinking game rules. You must drink. Nice. Senior and Sons just learned about the pinky in the air. Nice. That's funny. Jeff Hutchins, in about 96, I passed up a nice Survivor green on green on green on green on green on green 1971 Challenger 318. Did I mention it was green? It's amazing. Barry Kuda says, Jamie, I watched your video all about Mopar control arms. Very informative. Nobody else explains in such detail. Awesome. Well, thank you. And of course, I'm happy to help where I can. Tiffany drinks for both. Yeah. Yeah. And now for something exactly the same. Huh, interesting. Yeah, amateur watchmaking seems to be having video issues. I am not frozen. We're definitely live. Andrew Button, 79 and 80, they're certainly still tin grills. Yeah, they changed the hood and the grills a little. I like them, but I like the round headlight model more than the stacked. Patrick Radcliffe is here from the dark side of McCleary. Wow, how's it going? Okay, some 78s had that logo, but they were stickers or something. Yeah, it is a sticker, not a... Interesting. Yeah, I wonder what the rhyme or reason to that is. That sticker is on a 1979 or 80 round headlight model on the front of the Dodge truck, 70s Dodge truck. Haynes? I think it's a Haynes. I have that somewhere. I bought it just because of the truck on the cover. I've literally never used it. My brother just posted up his Duster from 14 years ago in front of my old house. Nice. That's before we painted the stripes on it. Bill Johnson posted up a picture of his new truck, 78 D200 stick shift. Very cool. It's a glorious original green. I had kind of been drawing over that. Colin's outnumbered by trucks. Anyway. Sacred Genesis. Any advice for a Magnum 5.9 that will not stop ticking? 3 sets of lifters, no exhaust leaks, 3 styles of rockers, no change. I hate to be the guy who asks this on every video. But you're just going to have to get used to it. I mean, some Magnums just do that. I don't know why, but they do. That's been my experience. Every Magnum I've ever seen with a with a performance cam, ticked. Some louder than others. That's a 72.3 truck. Nice. David asked a bit ago, did you sell your Imperial? Yes, I did. It is paid for. Just waiting for the gentleman to come and get it. Yes. 30% sounds right to me. Yes. YouTube certainly takes their pound of flesh. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, like, you know, there's a magic button where you can send me money. So you got to pay him for the privilege. Yeah, you could send me PayPal or Venmo or stick $10 in the mail. There you go. Mr. Dodge 99 is here from Kentucky. Yeah, my PayPal and my Venmo are both Jamie Noise. But you need to know my phone number, I think. Well, you don't have to, but it asks. Those are nice window sweeps you got there, Rob. The Dodge Cafe. Sounds like a party. Someday, in another life when we're both cats, someday when I'm rich, I'll own the old dealership building in town with the display showroom, and we'll put all the DDG cars in there, and we'll have get-togethers and throw shows, and it'll be cool. But I'm going to need about double the subscribers I have now, at least. Brett McIntyre asks, what is your current head count on site as of today? Oh, don't make me count. It's probably about 25. It's been hovering around about 25. Every time I get rid of something, something else takes its place, so there's no point in like going through and counting everyone. But it's definitely in the 20 to 25 range. Did I mention this is 8%? That's serious business. I feel a bit lightheaded. Maybe you should drive. Hot shoe. Something about Tom's race truck? We haven't touched that yet. I'd like to do that. Tom says, my crew cab doesn't think you're stupid. No, Tom's crew cab come and swap. The engine runs, but that's it. That's all we got. There you go. Good evening, Bill. I guess I missed when Bill dropped in. Oh, Stage Zero Jason just became a member so he could have a frat sock by his name. Fair enough. Also, your name turned green. There you go. Scoop is sitting in a bucket. Nice. Mr. Dodge 99. I need to rebuild the bench seat in my truck. I'm kind of dreading it, but it needs done. Dude, honestly, it helped having extra hands, but Alan and I did the cover on the one in my 72, and it wasn't that bad. Obviously, if the foam shot ski, then you're going to have to do foam too. But yeah, I've always thought it's so weird as you like move through life. Certain things seem like voodoo. I remember a time when I was about 20 or 21, and the idea of plumbing brakes or replacing a master cylinder, I was like, I'm not doing that. That stuff can kill you if you do it wrong. And then I remember paying a mechanic twice to do master cylinders for us and plumbing and everything. And then I realized there's nothing to this. It's not a big deal. Just do it. Differentials? Oh, no way. That's hard. That's insane. You gotta be smart to do that. No, not really. Anyway, the point is, everything seems, maybe not everything, but many things seem daunting and complicated and hard to do at first. I've done a headliner now, and it didn't turn out amazing, but it turned out okay, and I learned things to do next time. You know, just do it. It'll be fine. Don't dread it. Just get in there. Amateur Watchmaking said the latest Perky video was great. Thank you. Appreciate that. I need to talk to Bill Mize because I thought he had found the gaskets I need, and they have not materialized. Thing is, I'm also trying to work with Area Diesel on the fuel system, and I emailed them and I haven't heard back. So I don't know what the deal is. I talked to them. They actually emailed me first. So I messaged them back some time ago, and then I messaged them back again like a month ago, right around the time I made that video. And I haven't heard from them. So yeah, got to get a hold of them. Mr. Dodge 99, I seen a Dodge Rampage not long ago. Those suckers are getting scarce. I know I had one. Evan's got two now because he got mine. I want to build one, but at the same time, like I want to build a bunch of other things. So, yeah, Byron. Yeah, So I edited up the footage that we got, and it's only like, hold on, I can tell you. Excuse me. 9.5 minutes is what we've got of footage on almost buying a cab over, but not. Poor bastard. Wait till he sees these goddamn pets. As your attorney, I advise you to drive at top speed. Otherwise, it'll be a miracle if we make it there before you're... Whatever. See what God just did to us, man. God didn't do that. You did. Anyway, Stuart Cody says Discord's way too complicated for an old man with limited computer skills. I understand, and you're not alone. I get it. Spectacular Brat tried his hand at head porting. Nice. Barrow's Garage. Question of the day. Drop D or just go all the way with Dadgad with a spark plug socket? What's the spark plug socket for? I love Dadgad, though. Love Dadgad. Your car sucks. When you count, do you include parts cars or not? I don't have many parts cars. I have half of a swept line. I have a truck that's in pieces. Yeah, I do. I count them if they're whole cars. Was that a Vanilla Sky reference? No. I remember one line from Vanilla Sky, and I cannot share it here because it is inappropriate. Yes, Jamie Noyes. Correct. Senior and Sons. That is my Venmo or PayPal handle. B. Pryor. When did you learn all of this? Well, over the last 19 years, I guess, bit by bit. Uncle Shane's Garage. Thinking of putting an MP435 under my 82 D150. Only problem is exactly what I mentioned. Trans-tunnel fun shall commence. Get a hammer. It can be done, I imagine. Probably. I don't know. Hot Shoe hates to admit it, but he's really liking this Chrysler 300. I've never done much seat time in one of those. I did test drive one that I did not buy. But I really like the Chargers and the Challengers, which are the same platform. The Chrysler 300 softened a little bit compared to the Challenger, which is a good thing, I think. They're cool. Mopar Sasquatch, did you get the diesel dart? The auction closes next Saturday, and I cannot pay a fortune for this car. I cannot pay what he was down to asking on Facebook. And I think what he was asking on Facebook was a bit more than it's worth, judging by the fact that it was listed for that for months before he finally sent it to auction. I am bidding on it, but I have never won any of these car auctions. Never. And I don't think I'll win this one either, because I'm not willing to go that hard. Like I want it, but it's not worth that much to me. You know, I have a Perky. I don't need this thing at all. So it ends next Saturday. We'll see. Senior and Sons, have you found a shorter clutch arm for the garbage can, Barracuda yet? I have everything I need here on the property. I just haven't. Yeah. I haven't. I have not touched that car. But I'm sure I have what I need. What was I looking for? I don't know. Huh. Oh, that yellow truck. Yeah, Jay Curry is Jebediah Curry on the Discord. And he says it is an early 78. It's weird that it's got... amber turn signals didn't come until late in the 78 production, the 78 model year. Parts date stamp 77. That's super normal. But if by early 78 you mean... Yeah, amber turn signal lenses they didn't come until like February of 1978, something like that, which is about halfway through the production run. Yeah, call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone. Oh yeah, there's my scamp. Dead Cougar Garage also has a 300S, in fact. Slater Sr. enjoyed the axle weld job and the thrashing on it. Thank you again. You bet. Happy to do it. That was a while ago. I have 2 comment streams, and one of them is a half hour in the past. Tom's actually been here for a half hour. Yeah. It's not easy being green. The pinky is a thing. Did you know with a grinder and a welder, all things are possible? Classic dude Mike. Just get a conventional Kenworth already. Don't tempt me. David asked, do you still have the Mitsubishi Challenger? No, I sold it to that guy, Mid-South Lowballer. He's right there. AMC guy, also an Archer fan apparently. If I stopped driving, if I stopped drinking, the cumulative is a word, hangover would literally kill me. Dragonhead is here. Had to work a service manager training shift on my birthday. Lame! Happy birthday, though. Takes a licking, but keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let him go. Spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Still have to watch the NHRA Gator Nationals tonight. Ah, rad. And Stuart Cody will also watch today's video after this. Well, thank you. Senior and Sons. Jamie, have you ever played any Bad Company? You know, there was a time where I was almost kind of sort of into Bad Company, but not really my thing. Yes, Andrew Button talking about the adult toys line from Dodge. Good stuff. Why is that a Magnum wagon with a 300 nose? That's not right. Never seen that. Who's Amber Turn Signals? Yeah. Oh, did someone suggest there are so many different additives you could use for, ticky noises. I use Lucas. I like Lucas, but it's, Oh, spark plug socket as a slide. Nice. Got it. Dadgad isn't a slide tuning. Open D, sure. Dadgad is for this. Did I just figure out how to play Can't Find My Way Home? I think I did. Come down on your own, leave your body at home. Anyway. Anyway, then slide tuning is here. Two different things. That was not a spark plug socket. Granite's junk. Question. 440 heads on a 3D3 400. What's the advantages? Literally nothing. They are the same head for a given year. Same exact head. Yes, we were quoting Fear and Loathing. Post the truck video as a short. It's 9.5 minutes long. I may cut it into a short version. We will use footage for the next D600 video, probably when we're pulling the engine. And I may release the long cut of the semi video as like a members bonus thing. I am trying to make more members videos, by the way. I have another one that I will release whenever I feel like it. Senior and Sons, what would be a good deal on a stock 440 crank? If it's a cast one, $50. If it's a forged one, $150, $200. If it's a good one, they're not worth much. Everybody's building strokers these days. Gopher Garage is here and says, today looked like a complete blast. It was a complete blast. Yeah, good times. Fleetwood John's here. How's it going? Scoop can't figure out Discord either. So he gave up. Discord might be unusable within the year. How do you figure? We can't stop here. It's backcountry. So where do you see these goddamn pets? Ripsaw says having too much work is always a good thing. Well, I think so. It solved a lot of problems for me. There's always something to do. That's good. Patrick sent a $3 super sticker, which of course I can't show on here because StreamYard's goofy. 21 Arclight sent another $5 and said, John Prine was my first mailman. Somehow he remembered me 40 years later. You're kidding. I was just thinking about Prine today. I've been thinking lately about the people in me. A car wash on the corner and a hole in the street. The way my ankles hurt with shoes on my feet. And I wonder if I'm gonna see tomorrow. Anyway, thanks again. Jeffrey Martin has been binge watching my old videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. My last gold truck video started getting a bunch of views, which is weird. It's not very good. But it happened. Yeah. I got to do another update on that thing, I guess. Excuse me. Dean Stevenson's here. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. What were we talking about? Mark Bass got a gift membership, probably from Byron. Pretty sure it was from Byron. Go for Garage. Headed to NHRA. Good luck. Can always make a diesel dart, says Ripsaw. Yeah, it's not the same, though. Why are we talking about cars on eBay? This one's a local auction. I'm not telling you where it is because I don't want you to bid against me. Yeah. Grinder and paint. Exactly. Dean Stevenson was like 136.5. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that. Connor Burke is here. Thanks for joining. Stuart Cody's wife just walked in and said, "Are you watching that again?" Nice. Old Iron. Plymouth Prowler revival / build when? They're still too expensive. I've looked at them, but they're too expensive. I would want a Hemi swap one, I think. Rope 1958 is here and says, you people are awfully cheap with the like button today. Yes, please hit the like because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. Mike Brunello. Why does my 318 smoke worse after it warms up? Because you've got bad rings. Was the Valiant in Duel a slant 6? I believe so, but I don't think it really matters. It's funny because I remember watching that video and then having my own slant 6 A body and like going 100 on the highway and thinking, this is not believable. Anyway. Classy Dude Mike asked a bit ago, how's the train room coming along? Haven't started it, but it's definitely going to be in the attic. Someday. Yep, only 10s. It's happening. It's happening. Everyone, hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's a good tip, Jeff. Best thing you can do after welding up your diff is put a 3-inch rare earth magnet on the cover. It'll collect any leftover crap. Run it 100 miles, leave the magnet on the cover, change the oil. Good thinking. Why are pirates so mean? Yeah. Hachi would love to get his hands on a Prowler. They're interesting. They're a little goofy, but, you know, I think they're cool. Andrew Button, do you find the front cam bolt or the back cam bolt on the upper control arm sets the camber better? I haven't had the time to go back and watch your video on that alignment setup. Usually what I do is kick the front bolt all the way in the out position, you know, to kick the arm rearward, right? And then I set the camber with the back one, and that seems to work pretty well. Yeah, Tanner says, YouTube's been pushing the gold truck video to me like crazy recently. I don't know why it got picked up by the algorithm, but it did. Fish and a whistle, whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again. Oh, Father, forgive us for... That wasn't good. Good times. Usually I have those notes. Jesse Wright, thank you. Appreciate that. Gary Hergert is just here for Dart Week. Good news. Next week is also Dart Week. If we don't have the 383 dropped in the 70 swinger by Wednesday, we're going to lose the shop. And I'm going to quit. Nodak Speed Shop says, what type of train room? HO? Yes, probably HO. We're open to all sorts of engines. A fenderless Prowler would look better. I mean, they barely have a fender to begin with. Sacred Genesis. Another question for you. Given the Magnum is a small block based platform, what oil is too thick? I run 1030. What oil is too thick of an oil for these things? 1030 is the spec oil for Magnum, and that is what I would run. You also don't have to worry about zinc, ZDDP content, because of the roller cam, so lucky you. I would stick with that, but for many performance builds, you know, where a loose engine is a happy engine, I run 2050 high zinc. I mean, that's fine, probably, for you too, but I would stick with your 1030. I mean, you're going to get... It's going to raise the oil pressure a little bit, but it doesn't really do anything for you. So, yeah. McLovin is at dinner at a friend's. He informed me many hours in advance that he would not be here. Ton C Fester? Tonk? I don't know. Are the 7.5. Chrysler's axle is a 7 1/4, so 7.25. Are the 7 1/4 rear ends the most common diff in mid-60s slant 6 cars like Valiants and Darts? Yes. 7 1/4 was the only axle in A bodies until Mid-year 1966, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 1966 that the 8 3/4 arrived in the A-body and high-performance 4-speed cars. Excuse me. Specifically like the Barracuda Formula S, a commando car with a 4-speed would get an 8 3/4, and then they were common in 1967. Stuart Cody, I think I answered this question last week. Jamie, do you know why my headlights are going out on my 1994 Dodge Dakota randomly as I'm driving at night? I have to beat on the dash to get them back on. Pull your headlight switch and your headlight switch plug. They are probably melted. The internal breaker in your headlight switch is tripping, and the reason it's tripping is because of increased load. The load is increased because of resistance. The resistance is there because the headlight connector switch plug, I can almost guarantee you, is melting. For whatever reason, Dakotas just do that. And why Chrysler did not put headlight relays on those Dakotas and second-gen Rams, I don't know, but they didn't. Maybe the second-gen had them. I think the late one did. I don't know about the early one. But anyway, Dakotas didn't at that time. AMC guy says the Valiant and Duel was a 318. You can clearly see the V8 badges on the front fenders. I should point out that I watched that movie in 2008. And never again. Robert was guessing valve seals for the smoke issue. Well, valve seals will commonly cause smoke on startup. That's pretty much it. If the smoke is worse under load, under acceleration, it rings. It's probably rings. Can you drive a semi? I can't. I have never. I do now understand it in theory, but yeah, I've yet to do it. Granddad's Junk says, hit the like. It costs nothing and shows appreciation for Jamie's time and resources to do the live. Absolutely, and thank you very much. What were we talking about? Ooh, Cougar. I like Cougars. And I like the Mercury Cougar, too. Ka! J. Ellis found a 1967 W500 fire truck with a 361. Nice! Slater Senior binge watched my YouTube, no, not just mine, YouTube No Name Nationals videos this morning. You and Joe make a good team. I love that guy. I got to do another live with him. The problem is he's 2 hours ahead of me and has kids that go to school, and so this is never a good time for him. It's unfortunate. Plymouth Upwood, what year did the 4-piston Kelsey Hayes brakes start? I think that's 60. Is that 67 or 8? I don't know. It's somewhere in there. And 72 is the last year. They were still in A bodies at that point, but the single piston was in B bodies by 70? Somewhere in there. Scoop eats zinc, and he doesn't run any better. Stuart Cody, do you use break-in oil? Absolutely. I either use the good Joe Gibbs stuff or I make my own. I use non-detergent 30 weight and break-in additive. Non-detergent oil is essential. That is what a break-in oil is a non-detergent oil with a raised ZDP content. I'm sure they throw other sauces in there as well, but P-Wood 1081, do you know what the offset was on the steel slot wheels on a Little Red Express? I don't. Dart month! The first rule of Dart Week is it isn't just a week. Happy Dart Month! Everyone said Dart Month at once. That's hilarious. I just like the idea of Dart Week lasting too long. Lasting more than a week. Bob LaPalme just became a member. Thank you. Much appreciated. Scoop would like a dish of fish. Yeah, the speed of the old semi-truck in Duel was even more ridiculous. Agreed. DJ Kami, people complain about the Prowler having the V6, but the same year 5.9 only made a few more HP. It's true. That was a 3.5, right? Plymouth Prowler engine. Pretty sure it's a 3.5. Yeah, single cam, 3.5. 214 horsepower in 97, 98. The tippy top of the line Magnum was 245. That was in the RT. And upgraded to 253 horsepower, 99 to 02. So actually more than the best 5.9. And that's fine. And to be quite honest, I think it's a good engine for the platform. But it's supposed to be a hot rod. It like the fact that it's not a V8 is just wrong. I think the 3.5's fine. But anyway. I would never buy... Well... I guess I shouldn't say that. I would not want to buy a new Charger or Challenger with a 3.5 because it's just wrong. But it's a fine engine. A third HO Locos are the equivalent of Mopar Slant 6s for longevity. Nice. Yes. Nice. TCB quick. Convertible two-door PT Cruiser V10 with Prowler front clip would be a PT you could actually work on. If we actually built the PT Gasser, that would be a PT you could work on. Because it would either have a tilt nose or no nose. Todd Denial. Jamie, do I need to run lead substitute in every tank of gas on my 67 AMC Marlin octane booster? Okay, here's the thing. I don't run lead additive ever. Never, ever. Don't do it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. That doesn't mean it's bad, but I refuse to do it. Same with octane booster. I would just run premium, and that should be fine. Regular pump premium. Having said that, Vivian has told me that she runs octane boost in the supercharged Studebaker, and it makes a noticeable difference. So, what do I know? I have read that it does not do anything, but I have been told otherwise. So, I have no idea. Tom Blobus, James C. McCullum. Why did the 70 Dart Swinger leak so much oil at the end of the video before you pulled the motor? It was blowing transmission fluid everywhere out of the dipstick because the transmission is kerp-loaded. This guy gets it. Not that... maybe not that one either. Anyway. Old Iron says, if I can drive a semi, you can definitely drive a semi. I know I could. I just haven't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Jamie, if you want to laugh, Google the Dodge UK Space Van. Dodge Space Van. Oh, I've seen these things. The new face in space. The Commer B14. Hideous. Hideous. Bobble Palm. Are you going to offer any pre-sales on your book when written? That's not up to me. Distribution is not my department. It's all up to the publisher, so there's really no way I could do that. Yeah, got to learn shifting. That's the entire point. You know, we're using a I don't know if that needed to be deleted necessarily. Yes, Driven, since they bought up Joe Gibbs. Yes, Driven is great oil. You should just buy that. But if no one has it locally to you, you can make your own. Yes, exactly. Senior and Sons. Non-detergent oil, so there's no detergent to wash the zinc off. Because what you're trying to do is get the ZDDP, zinc diethyl, I can never remember the second D, phosphate, to embed and coat the surfaces of the cam and lifters, among other things. And a detergent oil, that stuff is being deposited on the surfaces, and the detergent oil is trying to wash it off. Unfortunately, as you can probably imagine, that is an ongoing issue. But, with detergent oil. But, yeah, you want to run non-detergent. for that reason. Having said that, I have broken engines in with typical race-style detergent oil and additional break-in additive, and I've gotten away with it, but I have since learned that that's not a thing. Jesse Wright, who's doing a 4-cylinder diesel? Me! Twice! I'm building a Perkins P4C, and then I'm doing a Detroit 453T swap in my D600. Sacred Genesis added relays to my Dakota's headlights because I'm running hella bulbs. Don't tell the state inspector. I would never. And I did a video about headlight relays. Highly recommend. Yep. Martin Adams, my 98 RT headlights did that too. Put a new plug in. Happened after I put in high wattage bulbs. Yes. Even with stock bulbs, they'll do it. But absolutely, if you increase the load in that circuit, you're increasing the problem. Someone should write a book about that. Cummins does have a crate 4-cylinder diesel, the R2.8. Oh, Captain, my Captain, could you please explain how filing taxes works for DoorDash? No. No, I cannot. Old Iron, they use the same headlight switch from way back up to 98. Yeah, but they added relays at some point, and I think it was with the 98 redesign. I don't think they had them 94 to 97. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. They might not have even had them in 98. But I feel like they did. So, and that's weird, actually. And I think this is a production location thing. Second gen Rams, some of them still had a pull style headlight switch past 98 and like maybe until the end of the second gen. I have seen them in 99 trucks, the pull style. My 99 Cummins truck had the rotary switch and the rolly knob for the dash lights. But I have seen 98 and 99 trucks that still have the pull switch. 98's when the dash redesign happened, and everything else changed as well. Engine wiring, power distribution center, mirrors, club cab doors. Lots and lots of stuff changed for 98. David wants to know, do you have the correct perky gaskets and miscellaneous parts now? No, I do not. Rocket Tom says 66 A-bodies could have the disc brakes. Okay. And they could have the 8 3/4 too, right? Mid-year, I think? No, I still haven't found the right perky lower end gaskets. And Bill Mize, who is not here tonight, excuse me, he's helped me out with some parts for that. Excuse me again. And he said he had found the correct gaskets. They were probably a couple weeks out, but it's been a month and I haven't seen them, so I need to get a hold of him. Badman Mopar's here from Wisconsin. How's it going? What's good in the hood? 4-piston calipers are like really hard to find now, so good luck. Oh, yeah. David says, as far as all the Tin Grill videos, it's fair since it was truck month. March is now dart month. Scooter in Vegas says I should have a little red wheel. Let me go look real quick for offset. There you go. Nice. Mark Bass says, I've seen V8 prowlers. How about a V10? Well, fine. Barry Kuda says, in Australia, Valiants had the 7 1/4 until early 66, and then they went to a Borg Warner axle. Interesting. Non-detergent straight weight. Yes, 30 weight. Non-detergent. That's usually all you can find it in. You might be able to find a 40 or a 50, but yeah. Yep. Josh Homan did his part. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Yes, Lucas break-in oil's fine too. There are lots of good ones out there. I locked Scoop out of the corn dog emoji section. That's sad. Sad state of affairs. Chris Greenhill says PT Gasser needs to happen. I'm still like interested in it. It's just one of those things that like, there's too much to do. Deaton Stevenson randomly says, oh, F-Body, Camaro, and Firebird. I saw a third-gen Camaro in the coffee drive-thru today, and I hate how excited I was about it. Desert Dregs. I once swapped a 360 into a 318 truck, did not use the 360 torque converter. Can you guess what happened? Yeah, it vibrated. Yeah, Nolan. Perfect. This perfectly sums up my exact thoughts. If I can't run a car on pump gas, I don't want that car. 100%. I have said that about like my racing builds and stuff like that. Like, it's got to run on pump premium. That is all I'm buying. So, yeah. Byron says we still need to go on a dartcation. Well, we better get my dart done. Jesse Wright says, let's all get merch, huh? Please do. DDG merch. See, usually McLovin is here to do this for me, but he's not with us today. He had better things to do. So here is the link. Whoop. I swear I know how to do stuff. There's a link to my merch store. Buy early, buy often. Bill. And remember, a vote for Vermin Supreme is a vote completely thrown away. Ooh, I like that. Scout. It's good stuff. That is good stuff. Mark sent me $2. Thanks, Mark. You're going to need a few more bucks to get your car done. Jeff Militich just got home. Did I miss anything? So much. 245. The number just went down by 4 for whatever reason. It always changes when I try to read it. 245 of you out there. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your being here and posting comments and hitting the like button and all that sort of thing. 04 TJ Jeep. That is a Wrangler. Are you in a band? Yes. I've been in many bands over the years. I'm currently in a band called Morning Orange. Not the one that has music on Spotify or whatever right now. But we will soon. But you can find us on the YouTube. We're also on Instagram. Jeff, you missed Rooster being silly. Like I missed Rooster being silly. Have no fear, the Dougster is here. Doug has not been here for some time. Welcome, Dougster. I had to throw away Bud the Spud a few weeks ago. He was in my truck through both California road trips, I think. And then a few days later, I started smelling something, and I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was garbage I left in the truck or something. Nope, it was Bud the Spud. Not good. Not good at all. Anyway. Ooh, Travel All. That is nice. I like those rigs. Almost bought one just like that, but dark green once. It was a real pile, though. Where is McLovin? He is at dinner at a friend's. The guy from Idaho approves of the Dougster. It's too, Rooster. Yeah, P. Wood. Makes you feel old when you hear third gen Camaro is a classic. I know. Dude, there's a Geo Metro. I haven't seen it in a while, but there's a Geo Metro convertible that drives around town with a classic plate on it, and I hate that. But like stuff, don't tempt me, Bill. Oh. How much? Probably don't even want to know. If video killed the radio star, who killed the video star? Well, I would say me, but YouTube is still video. So anyway, I owned a third gen Camaro and a Firebird Trans Am WS6. I would say they were good cars, but wow. Desert Drag says, not only did that 360 with no balance weight on the back vibrate, it shot a fan blade into my stepdad's arm. Almost took it off. Dude, that's intense. Mark sent me another $2 and said, are we close? I think under $5, I don't even... Oh, he sent 3. Okay. We're getting there. Yeah, well, that wouldn't be in my budget, Bill, but it's a good looking rig. That is a beautiful thing. 348. That's what those have, right? 348 V8. International stuff. It's a good color. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, we can talk. Anyway, super chats under $5 don't even show up in StreamYard. Chris Greenhill's going to make his own PT Gasser with blackjack and hookers. On second thought, forget the PT Gasser and the blackjack. I didn't murder Bud. The passage of time. The inexorable passage of time. Bud lived a long... Yes. Dougster says, your Bud the Spud is the most well-traveled. Bud the Spud rode home in my Ram from No Name. Gary Hergert is disappointed this live isn't in 4K. 1080 is the best I could do, and I will not do that. Bud the Spud rode home in the Ram, rode around in the Ram for, let's see, that was end of September, October, November, December. Day after Christmas, we drove to California and back. 850 miles each way, something like that. That was end of December. January, drove to Bend, Oregon. Drove to California again. Where else did we go? I don't know. Yeah. Bud the Spud came home from Missouri and drove to California twice, plus around everywhere. Oh, 304 V8. Okay. So that's an AMC? Wait, hold on. I'm confused. International made a 304? Huh. 304. I'll be damned. Yes, two different engines. Yep. Just like the AMC 360 and the Dodge 360. People always think they're the same. Now I'm the idiot. I just didn't know International had a 304. I know about the 348. 348. Wait, am I wrong? Oh, I hate if I'm wrong. International V8. It's 345? Oh, 345. Dang it! I remembered wrong. Oh, well. Anyway. I bet Mrs. Jamie would drive that. Have you ever been to the Wenatchee River? No. Uphill both ways in 4 feet of snow. You try telling that to the youth of today. They won't believe you. Charger 44073 is in the house. Gotta ask, are those twin guitars behind you? I have 3 Burst Les Pauls. They're actually all slightly different finishes. Those are Korean. That is a Gibson Tribute Series. So no, but they're very, very similar. I also now kind of have twin Rickenbacker basses. Oh, look at this. You can almost see it. You can only see parts of it. It's actually a Japanese Rick copy, but still pretty cool. 2,700 miles of shared potatory. More. We showed Bud the Spud to a coffee gal in one of the California videos. Which one was that? Is that the second one, Byron? I can't remember, but we definitely showed off Bud the Spud. Anyway. Slater's getting some merch. As soon as he gets his wife to pay for it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Brady Dog is here and says, looks like you guys had a blast beating on that dart the other day. Dude, that was the best time. I didn't even mind not driving. Just watching. Super fun. Super fun. MTV doesn't play music anymore. No, the MTV Music Channel died. Samuel Craig Sr. Dead Dodge, I watched your episode on the Dart. Went to buy a $10 USB battery charger. My rear end failed in my 68 LeSabre I daily drive in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Wow. I'll be damned. I'm sorry if that's our fault somehow. I love your show. Thank you. Appreciate that. R.I.P. Bud. Plymouth on Plywood is a potato rancher. I'm a lead farmer. Yeah. That's sick. Byron says it was the first California trip that we showed Bud the Spud at the Coffee Gale. You can hear, you don't see us do it, but you hear us saying something about a potato and the coffee stand gal laughing about it. It was a good moment. Hookers? What did I miss? I'm going to build my own amusement park with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the amusement park and the blackjack. Yeah. Ooh, ZJ. Old Iron loves ZJs. We have had 6 ZJs. 4 of them were free. Are you scrolling both? I am, yes. Actually, I have, okay, it's ridiculous, but I have dual monitors. So main StreamYard screen's over here. I have these comments, which I can like hang out way back in the comments, which is dumb, but that's usually what I do. And then sometimes I scroll this when I have time. Then I have live comments. Then I have the Discord right here. And then I have Messenger here. It's ridiculous. David wants to know, will you remember to do the ramp truck U-joints before they fail or before you urgently need to drive the truck 300 miles? The urgent need is the only reason I would fix it. I don't think AAA would want to tow a 1-ton dually ramp truck, but maybe. Yeah. Oh, Tavo's here somewhere. How's it going? Tavo is in the house. GM had a 304 too, one you probably haven't heard of. 304 V6? Is that? Oh, Holden. Okay. Overhead valve. Holden 304. Holden V8 engine, known in some circles as the Iron Lion. That's sick. No, I don't know a thing about this. Interesting. What is that big GMC V6? For some reason, I thought it was going to be that. GMC truck V6. Yeah, that one. But what's the displacement? The Twin 6 is the greatest thing ever. But what is the displacement of just one of them? Whatever. Oh, 305, 351, 401, 478. I guess the 305 is what I was thinking of. Anywho, who dares message me? You have message? It's over here. Amateur watchmaking tried Discord. I saw you sent me a friend request. But you should join the server. To join the server, if you haven't, you do have to confirm your email address. They're going to send you an email and you have to hit, yep, this is really me. I'm really a guy. Oh, you're in there. Okay. Yes. I see a picture of a planet, I believe. Something like that. Is that? I don't know what I'm looking at. But anyway. Yes, it's amazing how cheap ZJs are. Did late Old Iron, did late Grand Wagoneers have GM transmissions or Chrysler? Chrysler, I think. I'm pretty sure the one I did an engine in had a torque flight. No, Grand Wagoneer, you dingleberries. Friggin' AI. Yeah, torque flight. With an AMC bell housing. So we can pay our rent. Another member of the Jeff Mafia has arrived. Jeff R in the house. How's it going? Holiday here. Wife dragged me to the pub for lunch. That sounds all right. Stuart Cody. John Cope showed up at my local track a couple years ago. Quaker City did an interview with me. It was cool. I met him at No Name. Excuse me. Todd Denio had a GMC... GMC 305 V6 and a school bus camper. That thing had insane power. Nice. Birdie Dog. You know how many other makers used Chrysler engines? I mean, no, but some certainly did. Jeff Militich says to Tom at Rocket, when this is done, I'm watching the CUDA video. I watched it earlier. I thought it was very good. Tom got a fancy new microphone, and I think it affected him in a good way. He's suddenly, like, I don't know, it just seems like he stepped up his video game. I thought it was really good. He's hit the big time. Hope he remembers me when he makes it big. Yes, I am the technological type. I was raised on computers. I was going to say Jensen, but I couldn't be bothered. Farm Truck 01 is here. How's it going, man? Just met that guy. John Deere used Chrysler Slant 6s in hay swathers. Nice. Yeah, they were in all kinds of equipment and stuff. Dead Cougar Garage's brother is buying a Grand Wagoneer tomorrow. The new one? Yeah, they're huge. They're very comfy. Didn't the Sunbeam Tiger use a Chrysler engine? I don't know. I knew that Vivian was going to say that. I knew it. I saw something about the Facel or Fossil, however you say that, Facel, I think, Vega, just today. Fox Can Fix It is here and says, sorry I'm late. I was watching some bearded hooligans weld up a diff in a Dart sedan. James Robinson's also here. How's it going? A little late. We'll probably hang out here for another almost 20 minutes. But thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Vic is here. Finally got my new 3D printer. Can finally get my backlog done. Nice! That is good news. Thanks for joining us here. Yeah, that 62-300 Tom did a video on as well. I didn't finish that one, but it's a beautiful thing. It got me to ask him how much. Like, that's a cool car. Amateur Watchmaking says, I'm a Chrysler Imperial guy. Now, I hate to tell you this, but if you were an Imperial guy, you wouldn't call it a Chrysler Imperial. You would call it an Imperial. Just saying, the guys on the Imperial groups get really serious about that. Hey Swathers is a great band name. You're right. Martin Adams saw track machines with LA engines. Scott found some kind of track device somewhere with a slant 6. Really wanted to own that. Yes, there were some years where it said by Chrysler on the back, and then the early 80s, I guess it probably said Chrysler on that one, the Sinatra Imperial. But in general, it was the Imperial from 1955 to 1970, whatever. My point, I'm just saying, Imperial guys get really serious about it. Did you see that Chrysler-powered prototype Duesenberg on Jay Leno's channel? Haven't had a chance to watch that yet. Vic found a pristine... That's really cute. Pristine Lancer 4-door on Craigslist. They only want $7,500. Hey. Ortega Bro loves all the Les Pauls. Me too. The only Gibson, those are Epiphones, really nice ones, but Epiphones nonetheless. That is the only Gibson Les Paul I have. It's a cheapo tribute series that is beat to hell. There's a real Gibson Les Paul Traditional Pro 2 from 2012, I believe, at the local guitar store, and I may have to maybe allegedly buy that. Dougster's headed out. See you later, Dougster. Good luck. Oh, is that 60s Duesenberg prototype one of the ones Exner designed after he left Chrysler? You'd think I'd know about that, but I did not. Old Iron. We should have a contest on Discord. Who can find the weirdest Chrysler-powered thing for sale on Marketplace? I'll see if I can find the link for that Slant 6-powered welder I should have bought. Bristol also used Chrysler engines, including the Viper V10. That's cool. Pretty sure the 71 LeBaron was the largest production car in history. 1973 Imperial? I just saw a post about this. Can we go buy this? I'll pay you back. 87. Oh, I saw this. I did you a favor and did not send it to you. Can we go buy it? If he'll take significantly less, yes. Yeah, I didn't send you that as a favor, and I thought about it myself. If he'll take $3,000, let's go. Josh is here. How's it going, Josh? Long time no talk. Do the first model Valiant guys get upset if you say Plymouth Valiant? I don't think so. Slater found an old mail truck in a flea market 2 weeks ago. Thought of you. Thanks. Appreciate that. Sometimes, if you look, it looks like it sounds like a Honda. It probably does. I think I just rolled my volume down with my sleeve. If you look carefully in the editing clips I chop in videos sometimes, you will see my mail truck collection on the desk. I need to build that one, I guess. Why is it you never see any old Prowlers around? Something happened to them? They were never common, and they're like collector-grade cars. No one would drive that. Oh, my brother posted his kitties. Meow. In case of emergency, tetanus shot. Oh, man. 206 likes. That's honestly pretty good. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the button. Another Les Paul. Are you building your old Nerdville? If I buy the Gibson, I'm going to be trading in this one because I didn't bond with it. And I got that one so soon after. Like, it's a really nice guitar. It's got my nice bridge pickup in it, and it's set up, and it's wonderful. But it's not that guitar. It was supposed to be the spiritual successor to that guitar. That one's way better. So that's that. Are you building your own Nerdville? What does this look like to you? I'm getting hungry. Jeff Hutchins has had a 72 Travelall for 32 years. Was a half-ton 392. That's the second generation. 2-barrel, 727, divorced MP205. That's cool. Now it has a factory 4-barrel intake, front drum brake Dana 44, and a full floater 14-bolt. Wow. Mark Bass says there are 9 Prowlers currently on Marketplace within 500 miles. I look for them periodically. Oh, Byron made me look too. Byron and Dust Devil messaged me at exactly the same time, and I only saw Dust Devil's message, which is funny. Let's look for Plymouth Prowlers. Oh, helps if you can type. That is not a Plymouth Prowler. That is a Volare wagon, and it's $800. I was offered one this same color yesterday, and it looked way nicer than this one, and it was $1,200. I'm not buying that. I'm resisting the urge. There's Tom's convertible Coronet, which is for sale right now. 65 Polara, very nice. A Valiant. A Scamp. Not one single Prowler. Oh, there we go. One at a dealership in Auburn for $19,000. Look at that. They did the front fender delete for you. $19,000. Here's another one for $28,000. Why? That's too many thousands, bud. The other problem with the Prowlers, they don't have the right number of pedals. There is an Imperial for sale in Aberdeen. It has been for sale for a long time. It will continue to be for sale for a long time because it's $8,500. That's too many dollars, bud. Like, way too many dollars. Anyway. Wow, those are the only 2 Prowlers I'm seeing. They're hard to come by. I check up on them periodically. And also, Dodge, Viper. Whoops. Stop it. Viper GTS. That's the wrong one. That's too expensive. That's Internet AIDS. That's not a real car. Expensive. Dumb. Not a GTS. Not a GTS. Life's so hard. Here's exactly what I want, but tiny. I do slightly regret not getting that one that was for sale that looked exactly like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Probably just kill myself. Yeah, Hot Shoe has given up on a GTS. They're very, very expensive. No, it's a four-door Imperial, and it's flat black. Who would pay that for a Prowler? I don't know. Someone. I haven't seen a Prowler on the street ever. The local auto shop program was donated, had a purple one donated many years ago, and that car's been taken apart countless times. And if it ever comes up for auction, I will buy it. I would love to buy it. Tavo says, what does that look like? It looks like a music person's man cave to me. I strongly detest the term man cave. But having said that, Mitch Fleming, where do you have your Legos? My mom's house? I don't know. Fair enough. Amateur watchmaking. I'm not formal like that. It's a 440, so it's a Chrysler. And you know what? I mean, I think of every A-body as a Valiant that's been reskinned, no matter what it is. Like, they're all the same car to me. Chargers and Charger RTs, they're the same car to me. So I get where you're coming from. I'm just saying Imperial guys. It was just the fact that you said I'm a Chrysler Imperial guy, and that just made me think of every Imperial guy I've ever seen comment on anything. It's not a Chrysler Imperial, it's an Imperial. It was its own make from 55 to the mid-70s or whatever. But anyway, it's not that important. They're all Chrysler products. Prowlers are dropping in value. That demographic is quickly dying out. Yes, my time is coming. Excuse me. Brady Doug, Jamie, if you ever played a 50s, 60s Gibson, you'd have to have one. I will have one someday. Jeff R., what time is it there in the Pacific Northwest? 7:54 p.m. Stephen Andrews says, I hope that 62 Chrysler sells. I'm so tempted to part trade a Lancer I've barely driven. Down, boy! Oh, careful what you wish for. Can you play Can't Find My Way Home again? That was good. Oh, wait, what tuning am I in? Dang it, I did that wrong. I just realized I fully ripped that off for a song that was even in Dadgad. I can't remember how to play it, but anyway. I don't know what the picking pattern is. But I'm sure it's in Dadgad. It's somewhere around there. Come down on your own, leave your body at home. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. Well, I'm near the end, I just ain't got the time. Oh well, I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. It's gotta be somewhere in there. Whatever. Never played that before. Don't remember the lyrics. That's what I got. Yes! Tavo, useless trivia. Dang it, where'd it go? It scrolled away. Dang it. Aussie Valiants were built by Chrysler. After mid-76, the CL model was a Chrysler Valiant. Yep. Yep. Yeah, what Andrew Button said. Real problem with the Prowler is the engine, not the engine, but the transmission. It is an automatic from the LH300. It's just not that great. Yeah, it's a 4.2 RE. Is that right? 4.2 RLE, maybe? Because it's a front-wheel drive transmission, but the bell housing is this way. And didn't they put it in the back on the Prowler? Isn't that a thing? Because it's rear-wheel drive, engine's in the front, but it's that transmission. So aren't they connected with a tube or something? Pretty sure. Yeah, they're not awesome. It really needs a stick, for sure. How many Prowlers were produced? I don't know. Not many. Yeah. Dust Devil says all the Prowlers near me are in the 20s and 30s. There you go. Jeff Militich's stepbrother has a purple Prowler. Yeah, Vivian says Man Cave is the worst. 100%. 100%. This is my office/studio. It is not a man cave. And I'm planning to set up a section of a shop, not my shop, but a shop eventually, that has car collectibles, cool stuff that doesn't belong in a house, that sort of thing. And it'll be well lit, and it'll be kind of a hangout, entertaining space. And it will still absolutely not be a man cave, because that is ridiculous. We are in agreement on that. Wait, you and Doug DeMuro commenter voice is the same. I like that guy. Always have. The Defender. That's my best Doug DeMuro. Cars and Bids. Dead Cougar Garage is out. I think we'll all be out of here pretty quick. 21 Arclight, who got #1 commenter spot. Nice. You want the Gibson Black Beauty with the 3 gold pickups. I don't. I'm really not into that look. I'm not into the deluxe look. More useless trivia from Barracuda. Australian Valiants weren't made by Plymouth, or sold under Plymouth, but they have the Plymouth Mayflower sailing ship badge anyway. Incredible. Rams is Dodges? Is that what we're doing? I do a great rendition of Wish You Were Here. Thank you. Appreciate that. The biggest problem is I can't play the rhythm part and the lead at the same time. Why isn't Jethro Tull in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I do not know. No one asked me. 42RE is a truck transmission. Yes, replaced the 42RH. Yes, RLE. The L, I believe, is for longitudinal, probably. 42RLE. So I kind of know things about the 42RLE because is the 42RLE a good transmission? Known as an extremely unreliable unit. I love that. I looked into the 42RLE at one point because it was used behind the 3.5 V6s in the engine is in the normal way, the transverse way, but then the CV axles come out right behind the bell housing. And I wanted to build a mid-engine Barracuda. Still do, in fact. And so I was considering adapting that transmission, even though I knew it was terrible. It was a way to do it, way to make it happen with Mopar parts. Stephen Andrews, there's still a slightly wrecked Viper GTS coupe down in Portland, best offer. Can you send me a link to that? Email or whatever? Isidro LA360, Jamie, I'm working on the Brougham 9000 GW Brougham. I have no idea what that is. Have you worked on vans before? I mean, Dodge vans, yes. Raymond Cabell is out. A bunch of people have hopped out. Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a great song. There was a cover of, and this is going to be a deep cut reference. There was a cover of Can't Find My Way Home done sung by a woman for the soundtrack for the television show Crossing Jordan, which I heard in probably 2000 whatever. And it was fantastic, and I've never been able to find it anywhere on the internet. It's messed up. Jeff R., how many degrees of spark advance can a relatively stock 9-to-1 V8 run at idle, including vacuum? You never include vacuum. But at idle, relatively stock, low compression, you're looking for 10 to 12. Something like that. 67 Cornet is a 500 with molding delete, says Scooter in Vegas. Interesting. I don't love the 500 molding, so that's probably a good thing. Yeah, the trans is at the back. Like a Corvette. It's basically a Corvette. How would a stick work with a rear-mounted transaxle? Cable shifter. Just like a front-wheel drive. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like a Corvette. Josh strongly prefers the term den over man cave. Well, I could see that. A den is like a family room, though. A drawing room, yes, indeed. Oh, Evan found me the link to the the damaged Viper. He's really good at that kind of stuff. Oh, I've seen this car. I cannot believe this is still for sale. I saw this like 6 months ago. And I thought about it. Make offer. Oh, it's on an auction now? When was this listed? Because it wasn't. Huh. 12 days ago they put it up for auction. Okay. Well, that's dumb. If I bid on this, I will win the diesel dart. And I'll probably win this too. Great. So is it a man cave? Squirrelitis is out. Man cave has to have a train set. No, the train room's going to be in the attic. It's going to be sick. Byron, you're ready to build a train room, right? I don't even have to ask. He is. Smoking room also. It's going to be a combination train room cigar lounge. Bill says, quick search says the version on Crossing Jordan was sung by Alison Krauss. So I found a live version sung by her, but that's not it. There's like a studio recorded version, and couldn't find it. I've never found it. My mom says I occasionally have no taste. Why isn't Boston in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Oh, because they're terrible. Always look on the bright side of life. Yes, right, correct. Yep, the 3.5 V6 from the Dodge Intrepid, and it's the same transmission. They just shoved it in the back. Yeah, Intrepids have the engine mounted that way, the conventional front-to-back way. But then the front-wheel drive. It's really dumb. This is a 1959 Plymouth diesel. How dare you? All right, I got to go eat dinner or something. Yeah. Brady Dog, when gas prices go up to $10 a gallon, will you sell me your demon? No, I'll just pay $10 a gallon. Vic, Jamie, what's the latest on the banana? Got a blower. I don't know if you saw this last week, but that is the latest on the Barracuda. I don't know if I'll be able to find the picture right quick, but maybe I have to scroll through an entire week of dart videos. Come on. I had it mocked up with a blown up 671 before. That is a 100% brand new 871 custom built for me for the banana. Sick. And it wasn't cheap, as you can imagine, but it was thousands less than Blower Shop wanted. Thousands. So I'm happy with that. So I have that. I need to finish either that Hemi or the other Hemi. I still don't know. And we'll... Okay. Wow. Bill Johnson found probably the actual version from the soundtrack. Oh, stop it. I have actual YouTube. Give it to me on actual YouTube. Dude. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy now. I don't know why I could never find that. The Rumpus Room, yeah. Oh, Bonnie Raitt is the live one. Yeah, I've heard that one too, and that is not it. Yeah, it's the Alison Krauss one. For sure. Ooh. Tavo said, apologies for the man cave comment. That's okay. Lots of people have man caves, and more power to them. I'm just saying, like, that's not for me. Because I don't need a place, like a man cave is a place where the man goes to hide, from the family and drink beers, and I'm just not about that, So that's really why I'm not into that idea. But having said that, you can absolutely send me HO trains and as many Hemi 6s as you'd like. It's a dude domain. That's funny. I do not like Boston. Stephen Andrews has $5,000 worth of trains and needs a room. Well, you can come run them in my attic. Time flies like a dart. Fruit flies like a banana. Oof. N scale, you only need a train table. Yeah, we'll have an N scale section too. In the attic, dude. We're building it in the attic. Okay. I gotta go. We made it to 2 hours. Yay. Vic can make my house in HO scale. Dude, actually, that would be sick. My house is kind of cool looking. A ladder behind you. Oh, into the attic. This section, the house is 2 separate peaked roofs, and the one over this room is super short, so we couldn't have a ladder up here. Trains will be involved in our next trade. You have HO trains? Let's go. I don't know how you can not like Boston, because the guy's voice really irritates me. I'm going to go eat dinner. We're going to we're either going to have the gold 383 dropped in the 70 Swinger for Wednesday's video, or we're going to lose the shop. But the 4-speed won't be done. The car will not be finished. The car will not be running. But the 383 will be in there, or I quit. So I will see you on Sunday. And then Vivian's Start is, I'm not going to say almost done, but nearing completion. And that should be next Sunday. But I do also have to do a scamp video this week, because some guy in the comments is going to show up here and finish paying for a scamp and drive it home to Oklahoma. And so that would probably need to be out this coming weekend as well, I think. So anyway, one of those 2 things will be next Sunday's video. And either way, we've got to get Vivian's car running or we're going to lose the shop. And then Tracy's car is also almost done. So that's probably the next 3 videos from me as far as Sundays go. But anyway, don't forget to go to shop.deaddodgegarage.com and buy merch. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for becoming members. It's awesome. Thank you for being members for 18 months, those of you that have been that. And thanks everybody else that just hangs out and hits the like button. I will see you in the comments, and I will see you next Sunday. Oh, gauge your death. I got some of that too. This is going to get complicated. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Have fun. Drive safe. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.